So this is a very important question a student asks about should he or she do the UWorld self-assessment exams after the NBMEs during the final 2 months, as I've talked about in many of my prior clips. Should they be done kind of interspersed with the NBMEs or before the NBMEs? This is a really important question, okay? So before we get started, allow me to be an asshole like I usually am and tell you to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Help grow this channel, share with one of your friends prepping for USMLE, help bring awareness to this channel. Hit the like button, hit the bell if you want notifications. Find me on Instagram at Melman_medical, MEHLMAN_medical. Link is down below. Find me on Telegram. Recently created a Telegram group and channel. The links are down below. Now let me address the fucking question as far as when should you be doing the UWorld self-assessment exams relative to the NBMEs? Should you do the UWSAs as late as possible, sort of interspersed within the NBMEs, or prior to the NBMEs? Now look, I've made lots of content as far as the importance of doing the NBMEs late. I know some of you are new to my channel, but just very quickly, I want to reiterate that the real USMLE and the NBMEs are the same fucking questions. If you do NBMEs offline 1 through 19 for step 1, you're going to see repeats from those questions all over 20 through 30. If you memorize 20 through 30, all of those questions, 2,200 questions, 200 questions per form, 11 forms, you're going to see questions on the real deal. The repeats are everywhere, okay? And the same thing is for TCK, the Clinical Mastery Series, NBME 6 through 11. Repeats are all over the real deal. Now, how does this relate to the UWorld self-assessment exams? People get very, very emotional when we talk about when they should do the UWorld self-assessment exams. This is not me preaching for entertainment purposes. This is one of my continual observations as a tutor when I discuss with people how and when they should do the UWorld self-assessment exams in relation to the NBMEs. I see students get very heated about, yeah, but I wanted to do the UWorld self-assessment exams very late. People on Reddit, okay, so these types of sentiments. And I articulate this because it is in my view that you should be doing the UWorld self-assessment exams, if possible, prior to NBMEs 25 through 30 for step 1 and prior to forms 9 through 11 for 2CK. Students often want to do the UWorld self-assessment exams as late as possible because of their predictive value. And that's okay, they are predictive, but recognize that the real deal is NBMEs 25 through 30 or 9 through 11 for 2CK. Not the UWorld self-assessment exams. It's about a hierarchy. The same exact way when you're going through QBank, you prioritize UWorld over, let's say, USMLE RX. Okay, like there's a hierarchy. People say, well, no fucking shit. UWorld's more important than USMLE RX. I agree. Well, with equal conviction and enthusiasm, you need to reframe your mindset to recognize that the NBMEs have priority over UWorld. And that's a mentality shift that many students haven't made because I'm literally possibly the first fucking person to communicate how important the NBME exams are, okay? The real deal is the NBMEs. We want you to mentally calibrate to answering those NBME questions late, not the UWorld self-assessment exams. Now, I have to reiterate, if you take UWSAs prior to your real deal, yes, they can be predictive, okay? Because students coincidentally sit them late so the percentiles will align, but they're not the real deal, as I've said. We want you memorizing 25 through 30 as late as possible. If you sit, let's say UWSA 2, 3 days out versus NBME 30, 3 days out, I see it as much more important to do NBME 30, 3 days out. The UWorld self-assessment exam, you should be using those to maximize your knowledge base prior to sitting the NBMEs. You can use UWorld self-assessment exams 1 and 2, learn from those explanations to maximize your performances on 25 through 30, okay? This can be a very lengthy clip, but I want to keep things more consolidated here. My answer is you should be doing the UWorld self-assessment exams prior to NBMEs 25 through 30 and prior to Forms 9 through 11 for 2CK. People get very emotional about this. People will disagree. I understand. We will have different opinions, but I'm communicating what I view as ideal for your score augmentation into the exam. That's why I'm making these clips, is because I want to provide candid value, and I come from a place of good intent. Okay, so sit the NBMEs as late as possible. They have priority over the UWorld self-assessment exams. You know the deal. I'm going to continue making more content. If you like my stuff, subscribe to my channel. And I appreciate your time. That's it.